Are you tired of paying for Quest games? Or bored of all the games that are available? Or just flat broke and can't afford any? Well, thanks to Naysy tutorial, you can access a whole new library of totally awesome new Quest games, and totally for free!
Wow, radical!
These games are not $39.99, not $14.99, but $0. Watch now for your chance to unlock the knowledge to access a whole new world of Quest games. In this video, Naysy will show you not one, not two, but 3 ways to find free Quest games. That's right, 3 whole ways to find free Quest games. So if you or someone you love suffers from not being able to buy new Quest games, then leave a like right now. This video is not about piracy, in some cases maybe beta testing. As you can probably tell from that ridiculous intro, I'm here to chat about how you can get free games on the Quest. So this may be a feature you already know about, but to be honest, I feel like not a lot of people know about this or even talk about this. So follow along while I show you 3 ways on how to get free games on your Quest. First up, there's this thing called App Lab. App Lab is basically where games are released before they go to the official Quest store. So game developers most often have to release their games on App Lab before officially launching them. So a lot of these games are in beta testing, or they just need to prove to Oculus that they're worthy of being on the official store, which means you can access and play these games at any time. And a lot of these games do rely on community downloads and reviews to help them get noticed by Oculus so they can eventually end up on the store. The problem with App Lab though is you can't really search for the game. You either have to hear about it from a game developer or use third-party sites to search what's available. That's where App Lab Games List comes in. It's a website that curates a big list of App Lab games and organizes them based on rating or their cost, which means yes, you can download a whole bunch of free games for your Quest for absolutely free. The reason for this is that a lot of these games are in beta testing and they need people to play the game so they can work out any bugs or get feedback and that kind of thing. But a lot of them are quite fully fleshed out games and they're really fun to play. Not all of them are in beta though, some of them are demos of bigger games. Say for example, you can get the Synth Riders demo through App Lab, and it's a great way to test games out before you actually buy them. And some of these games are just plain free, no strings attached. So if you've exhausted the official Quest library, then browsing through App Lab is definitely a must. But please make sure if you are downloading App Lab games that you are leaving ratings and reviews where appropriate to help the developers get noticed by the official Quest store. Some of my favorite App Lab games are Help Yourself. This game has a bunch of puzzles which is kind of like Tenet, where you have to kind of go back in time to use yourself to solve the puzzle. Hard to explain, but really cool.
Thank you, Pass Naysy. Dab, yeah.
Another cool one is Pavlov Shack. It's a really cool VR shooter and it's really well optimized for VR. Now, outside of App Lab, there's this program called SideQuest. SideQuest has been available for a little while now, and it helps you essentially bypass the Oculus software so you can run unofficial games on your Quest. The setup can be a bit of a pain, but if you go to the website, link down below, you can follow those instructions on how to set up SideQuest. It involves setting up a developer account, which then allows you to download those unauthorized apps onto your Quest. Through the SideQuest program, you can search for a big list of games. Some are already on App Lab and some are not. And yes, there's a big library of free games and demos available through SideQuest. Once your Quest is plugged in, you can download some of these Quest games and they show up under the unsupported apps on your Quest. You also get a lot of free games because they're fan-made games of large franchises, so they legally aren't able to monetize the games or officially release them. There's some really cool games on SideQuest like Attack on Quest, and it's basically Attack on Titan in VR. So if you're an Attack on Titan fan, I think you'll definitely enjoy this one. And there's some silly hand tracking games like Hand Space, which basically utilizes the hand tracking to do a bunch of weird, crazy things. And there's also this really cool pass-through game called Zombies in Your Home, where essentially using pass-through, so you see your whole house, but these zombies randomly appear and they are absolutely terrifying. It's kind of a bit janky, but I've never been so scared in my life. It's so terrifying. You have to try this game. And there's also Seeker, which is a fan-made Harry Potter game, and it's essentially Quidditch in VR, and it's so well done. This game's so well done, and because it is a fan-made game, they can't monetize it it, so you'll never see it on the Quest store. So it kind of has to reside in places like the SideQuest store to be able to be downloaded. And yeah, it's a really cool game, this one. Before we continue on with the rest of the video, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to level up their skills. If you have a particular skill you're wanting to learn or develop, chances are Skillshare could be a great place to start. I've personally been obsessed with gardening lately, and there's always so much to learn about it. And I was delighted to find some classes by popular YouTuber Ekta about growing vegetables indoors, which I've been trying to do without any luck. But her video breaks down everything in detail about what I should and shouldn't be doing, and it's been really valuable and given me enough confidence to give it a go again. I love learning and self-development, and I love browsing through Skillshare to seeing what skills I can learn about, and you can too. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So you better jump on it quickly before it's gone. Let's get back to the video. Now, the final way to get free games on your Quest is through a website called Ichio. And a lot of these games are already on SideQuest, but through Ichio, you can still find a lot of other games that aren't on SideQuest. These apps do need SideQuest to be able to load onto your VR though, so you're still going to have SideQuest set up and running. Ichio is kind of like an indie game developer website where indie game developers can upload their games to the website, and often the times they are free or are released for a cheap price. And some of these are just concepts or just fun little games that they make for fun to be able to showcase to others, and it lets people download them really easily through the website. Through this website, they may come with a cost, or they have an option to give a donation before you download. So if you are downloading these games, I always try and chuck a couple of dollars to the developers to support them, because it's super heckin' cool that they make these games for us. And there are some weird and wonderful games available on Ichio. One of my favorites is Hammerhead, where you basically have to build things, but your head is a hammer. So it's a very small little concept game, but it's just so ridiculous and cool, and I love that concept. And there's also Asshole Seagull, where basically you play a seagull who's an asshole. I love weird and wacky games, so I love browsing through Ichio and just finding the wackiest things I can find. I found this game the other day that uses hand tracking, and where you basically have to use rude fingers to shoot things in the game, and really cool, wacky concept. The weirder it is, the more I'm gonna love it. But if you got some awesome free games that are worth checking out that are either in App Lab, SideQuest, or Ichio, then please leave a comment down below so others in the community can check it out. There's just so many cool games on these websites that I'd love to share with you more, but I'm still digging my way through them. I usually try and upload clips of my favorite to like my TikTok or Instagram, so make sure to follow me there. But that basically wraps up the video on how to get free Quest games, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!